Among my people, a female can never outrank a man.
You are human. And among humans, females can achieve anything the males can.
I am Talarian.
You are confused. Stop that!
I will make the Benar, the morning, until I am back with my brothers.
Well, hello and good evening, everyone. Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 4, Suddenly Human, first aired back in 1990, but here in 2026 on Live Long and Podcast, we're just getting started. Whether you join us live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or catching the audio version wherever you get your podcasts, our mission to rewatch every episode of TNG continues. One rescued starship, one cultural standoff, and one very confused teenage human raised by aliens at a time. And this is your captain speaking. I'm your host, Dave Mader, and we got, once again, a great panel here to talk about this episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. Coming in first, our technologist and cynic-in-chief. This week he's questioning the Enterprise's medical protocols, the logic of Talarian cultural practices, and whether Starfleet really has a handbook for accidentally rescuing a kidnapped human raised by an alien. It's Jody Simpson.
They don't, Dave.
They don't?
Nope. We've proven this with this episode.
Yes.
They don't have a game plan.
I like your psychedelic hippie starship there.
Thank you. I'm trying it out. This is the USS Daddy Anger. And
it's very chill for an angry guy.
Yeah, you got to have downtime, Dave.
Yeah, you got to have downtime's important. Sure. Of course, coming in here, stylish, sharp, and tuned into the emotional core. She's watching every moment of Jono's identity crisis, the fear, the loyalty, the confusion, and the heartbreaking pull between two families. When compassion meets cultural conflict, she's our guide. Heather Narduzzi, everyone.
Hello, I'm a human raised by humans.
Yes,
and I'm a female, too. And according to Klingons, I can do anything I want.
That's right. Among humans. But other species, I don't know. But humans...
To be clear, Klingon females.
Yeah, but I guess Talarians, who knows? Of course...
I'm going to pay for that one.
With us once again, Captain America himself from Washington, D.C. to the Enterprise D. He's ready to break down the clash of cultures with the same intensity he brings to the rink. If a Talarian captain wants to throw down over custody rights, he's already analyzing the power plays. It's Chris Shaggy Vasilas.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I heard it a lot already watching this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we might hear it a few more times before this is all over. Of course, we are talking Suddenly Human from Star Trek The Next Generation's 4th season that aired on October 15th, 1990, the 78th episode overall. A story by Ralph Phillips, a teleplay by John Wepley and Jerry Taylor. I think it's the first time I see Jerry Taylor's name come up on the script. And directed by Gabrielle Beaumont. And of course, Jerry Taylor went on to be the showrunner for Voyager and other things. But a co-creator actually of Deep Space Nine as well. And or maybe she's just a co-creator on Voyager.
I think co-creator of Voyager.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's actually part of the Deep Space Nine. But anyway, In this episode, the Enterprise rescues a human teenager, Jono, who was raised by the Talarians after his parents were killed, and Captain Picard attempts to reconnect with him and his human heritage, and he faces a cultural standoff with the Talarian captain, who, by the way, the Talarian captain, Endar, as he's known in the episode, is played by an actor named Sherman Howard, who I don't know if anyone else is here has seen the horror classic Day of the Dead.
Yes, absolutely.
From the 1980s. If you remember Bub, the zombie.
Yes.
That's the dad, like Endar.
That's the same guy?
That's Bub.
Oh, wow.
He's a walking pile of pus.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, so but the smartest zombie there ever was, Bub the zombie, if you don't know.
It's true. He was pretty smart.
Yes. And anyway, so Captain Picard tries to help him, but he has to, the boy has to decide whether, to return to humanity or go on with the life he's known. Spoilers, he ends up back with the Talarians by the end of this. And then they say goodbye and all there. So I know we don't like the or whatever the hell it was, the Benar. But what was the rest of this? Heather, how about you?
I mean, it's not my favorite episode. Hello, Sinister, Conrad's countrymen centurions. It's usually one that I skip when I'm watching through, but as usual, when I rewatch these episodes, it does sound like a dog, a sad dog,
a sad injured dog, maybe. I don't know
about it. It was interesting to see Captain Picard be kind of forced into a role interacting with children, because we know he doesn't love that, even though he is a role model, Captain Picard Day. Mm-hmm. But it was interesting to see some of the interplay between him and Jono, and ultimately making the right decision for the child. So, it's not a terrible episode. It's not a big standout for me, but there's some good performances and interesting stuff.
Yep. Okay. Jody?
Going into this episode, I was not looking forward to it because all I can remember of this episode is the noise. And this is an episode, just like Heather said, this is an episode that you skipped all the time. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't this time. It actually is a lot better than I thought it was, or at least remember it being. Minus the sound. The sound is still absolutely terrible. But overall, it's not a bad story, and it's a nice world building for Picard. Because like the first couple seasons of this show, we didn't get a lot of Picard backstory. We just got like kind of he's the guy who eventually gets nicer. Like the first season, he's always an ass. But overall, it was nice to see this side of him, and especially near the end of the episode, you really get the picture that Picard he's progressed in his character, in his person from this, which I think is really good.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Shaggy, spill the Talarian tea for us.
So before I decided to hop on the show tonight, I was looking at the screenshots going, I don't remember this episode. I honestly, I kept looking at the pictures and I was like, I can't remember this episode, or I don't remember what happens, and it almost was like watching it for the first time. And for me, it's a largely forgettable episode. It's one I would probably skip if I rewatched the series from the beginning again. But it had its moments. But that sound is high on the annoyance list.
Yeah, well, that's how you grieve in the Talarian culture for your capture.
Yeah,
so.
No, it says noted Talarian, and that's not one I practice very often.
No, me
You're
either.
a non-practicing Talarian.
Probably the best kind.
Or elapsed, if you will.
Yeah.
And so I largely agree. Like, I think that there is some good acting in the episode. I think that it's an interesting kind of concept, like in terms of this other culture, the Talarians, who are like, we claim your child because you killed my son. So I murdered this entire colony of people, and then there was a kid crying over his dead mother, and I was like, well, this is mine now, or he's mine now, and went on to raise him seemingly well, I guess, for a Talarian, but it was kind of a I did wonder how his grandmother was going to react at the end, after Picard's like, yeah, well, sorry, Admiral, I gave away your grandson back to the Talarians. I was like, he's better off there, and maybe it's the right decision, but it's also, I could definitely see there being some upset there from Admiral Rosa. Yeah. Because we find out that she had two sons. They both were killed. One of which was killed, Jono's father, who was killed when this Talarian raid happened some years ago. And, so it's a little complicated, I guess,
Well, this is the thing. I think it was the right move to give him back to the Talarians, but maybe you shouldn't have told his grandparents that you were bringing him home first.
Yeah. That's kind of like, I think it was interesting because I saw that the conflict there, and I think that they do come to the right decision because I think Jono's will at this point does matter, especially since in Talarian culture he's 14 and he can make the decision anyway under their law, although not as much in maybe human law. I guess a 14-year-old is kind of old enough.
I think he would have a very difficult time trying to reintegrate in human society. So yes, I think the decision was correct at the end of it all.
Yeah. And I always wondered what it would be like if they ever brought that character back, as an adult, right? Even maybe as an antagonist, to the Federation.
And just because he's going to go and live with the Talarians doesn't mean that he couldn't ever go to Earth and meet his grandparents for a minute or have a video chat with them.
It might be a way to bridge the diplomatic gulf between them, like the gap there, because, clearly there was some border dispute at the time that Jono's parents were killed. And, perhaps like they're not at war anymore, but they're not necessarily at peace either, it feels like. Even though the Federation seems to outmatch them technologically, like they're like three Talarian warships are coming, and like it doesn't scare the Enterprise. Like the Enterprise
they're like little roller skates compared to the Enterprise,
right? Picard's like, I really don't want to have to destroy one of them like by accident, But that's like seems like the nature of the fight from a military standpoint, but from a moral, ethical, political standpoint, there's a lot more to consider here for the crew. Is there anything else I'm failing to mention here? I think that's it's a pretty straightforward story.
Would have been a good lower decks opportunity. Sorry.
Yeah. I think the only thing that really else stood out for me was just how Troy's scene with Picard, where she's like, hey, this is on you, whether you like it or not. It was interesting to see her kind of like push him into that.
With good reason too, because it was established right away that he's not going to listen to anyone except the captain, because that's the authority and that's the culture he was raised in, right? So whether you like children or not, Picard, this has to be your job as the captain.
Which he gets persuaded as such, but he goes kicking and screaming, if you will.
That'd be a terrible captain. I would just put everybody in the airlock.
Airlock them.
I'd be like, I don't want to waste time on this.
Well, there are certain commanders with that style.
It's not like
me too,
captain.
Jody.
Blow it out the airlock.
Yeah. I keep that handy.
It's not like the captain of the flagship of the Federation has, other stuff to do. He's got to babysit this kid.
You have to come coddle this child.
We want you to take care of this kid, and maybe he'll stab you. Maybe he won't. Who's to say?
He probably will, though. Norman says, I would have this be a diplomatic opportunity by giving Jono's grandparents visitation rights. I agree. I think that would be a really good way.
I think that they could have maybe worked that even into the script. Like maybe, I know, you go home with Endar, but maybe call your grandmother once in a while and say what's up, or visit or go to Earth or something. Yeah, there's opportunity here, but at the end of the story, we don't see Jono again. The only other thing I want to mention before we jump into it is that, I don't know, I think the actor playing Jono is older than me, but there was something like this kid with the blonde hair.
So I actually have information about that.
and like the I don't know, like similar like kind of cowl look to me that makes me identify with him a little bit.
Oh,
Well, he was
young
si-
Dave.
he was
could have been a
16 at the time of
Talarian.
this.
Your name would have been Dovo.
Dovo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
He was 16
Dovo.
years old. The actor's name is Chad Allen.
Chad Allen, yeah.
Yeah, and he actually, what's interesting about him is before this episode, he already appeared in over 100 TV episodes.
Wow.
And then after this, he got a main role on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. He did 164 episodes of that show as well.
I remember that
So
show.
this guy is like, since like 16, he already had like more episodes, under his belt before even most people have had one or two. He's probably got more. He probably had more experience than Frakes did at this point.
Yeah, I'm just reading about him. So yeah, he's 9 years older than me, so he's a fair bit. But he went. He got.
24, he was born in.
He was an activist for LGBT community in addition to his acting and producing career. All kinds of notable
Very
stuff.
fascinating guy, actually.
Yeah, he's
That's
been
weird.
busy. The Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman guy, co-star. Okay. Well, let's jump into our screenshots and break down this episode. And where we start here is with the Enterprise, finding this Talarian ship that's damaged, leaking radiation, and basically just answering a distress call. And there's
Did anybody get like Star Wars vibes from that ship, by the way?
From the little ship.
Oh, like it's basically it's literally a cruiser and an X-wing put together.
See, I thought it was more Battlestar Galactica for me.
Very Battlestar as well,
Yeah, it's like
From
it's
what
one of
I
these
know,
generic alien ships they like to bring out once in a while and redress it slightly. It's meant to feel like alien, but also I guess not intimidating. The Galaxy class is a monster machine for sure. Yeah, and this is one of these times. I think this is the newer model or the different model that's got the more texture on it that you see here in this particular shot that they don't use all.
Well,
the
it
time.
could also be the enhanced version as well.
Could be. Anyway, so there's a briefing here on the bridge. There's the
Okay.
radiation distress call.
Hold on. Go back.
Yeah.
Okay. The minute I saw Troy in this scene, I was like, what is she doing? Okay, now look at her posture.
Yeah.
She's leaned over on
She's doing
one side,
business.
and she's literally got her ass out. It's like, what are you doing?
She's working, Jody. Okay.
She's working that
Not for
bridge.
Kate.
Anyway, I just thought that was weird.
She needs to be in the shot, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, it feels like she's trying to get out of the
Gabrielle
shot.
Beaumont, the director, said, "Stand like that, Marina," and she did it. So, I don't know why, but
There's a
anyway,
term for that, but I'm going to keep it PG.
yeah. Anyway, but we do learn about that the Talarians are kind of an old enemy in these first minutes of dialogue in the episode, and Data talks about how they would like to basically send out a distress call, wait for a ship to come, and then it would blow up and kill people. That during the border conflict years ago. So, and there's no way to detect them. Like you won't know if you're walking into a trap until it's too late. But regardless of this, Picard's like, well, we can't not answer the distress call. The actor who plays Jano is gay.
It's Jono. Yeah.
He is gay. Anyway, but Picard, he has to go for the rescue mission. So he's like, I'll send Riker and Worf. Hopefully they won't get blown up.
Look at Riker's. Look at that in that clip that you got there, Dave. Riker's got this kind of like, ooh, you kind of sexy look.
That's what he was going for.
No, but he's looking at Worf like that.
He means business. He's acting like I might get blown up by a Talarian grenade in about 10 seconds.
He's like, in this elevator, it's not just the elevator that goes down.
Ooh. It is a nice.
You're on fire tonight, Jody. I gotta
Thank
tell
you.
Anyway, the Talarian ship, I don't know, it's kind of nondescript. They find all these injured young Talarians, teenagers really, with radiation sickness.
There is no way that guy is a teenager.
Adolescent, and we see Jono, but he's got I guess one of these Talarian helmets on, so they don't really pick up that he's not Talarian. right away.
which I don't get, but anyway,
like the tricorders do have scanning abilities, right?
Yeah, they only work when they want them to.
Yeah. So Dr. Crusher's going around and then they reveal, oh, he is a human. Look at this.
Suddenly human.
Human.
Aha.
I don't think he was suddenly. I think he always was.
Yeah. There he is. With and we're like, what? A human? That is our teaser for the episode. And coming off, we get the voiceover captain's log explaining that they found a human amongst these Talarian survivors, with Jono being treated in sickbay by Dr. Crusher and Counselor Troy also present. And Jono won't even talk to the doctor or the counselor at all. Like he's just giving them the silent treatment, if you will. He's not looking super comfortable.
You keep your finger off that clip button. I know what you're up to, Dave.
The what button?
One of your audio buttons.
Oh, no, don't worry. I don't have the audio.
Oh, okay.
I only pulled that one clip, actually. Anyway,
Yes.
so then Dr. Crusher's talking to Captain Picard about this, that Jono, as they know him at this point, could have, what do you call it? Stockholm syndrome, right? He could be sympathizing with his captors, and that's kind of what's meant to be played out here. But then all of a sudden there's a commotion in the main sick bay as they come out of Dr. Crusher's office. And Jono is kicking and screaming and causing a whole damn fuss, isn't he?
Don't they have force fields on these things?
And restraints, I think.
Yeah.
What was amazing to me was he was going so much, he was actually rocking the biobed like back and forth on the set.
Oh, I did notice that.
Yeah. So I was like, you don't normally see that.
Yeah, usually everything's pretty solid.
I'm like, you don't have these things nailed down, or screwed down. But anyway, so they're calling out and
some of these screens you got, Dave, are great.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Jono, he can't be restrained. The medical staff is at a loss here, and Picard's just like, now, just a minute now. You will cut out this nonsense right now. And
you know what really works when people are yelling more, at them to stop yelling.
It's like telling a woman to calm down.
Oh, Jody, you better watch it.
But in this case, Jono does listen to Captain Picard.
Well, that's because Picard yelled twice as loud.
As loud, but it's also like I don't know, like it kind of reminded me.
Captain, what caused him?
I think it's how he talked. It was the sternness of his voice.
Some people like they respond respond to certain voices or to certain like authority figures, and Jono, coming from this culture that is very patriarchal, rigidly patriarchal according to Data, and has this reverence for the commander of a ship, that he's the only one he'll respect. Anyway, so then after Jono comes down and Picard leaves, Crusher's like, Worf, deal with this troublemaker and get him out of my sick bay. Gladly, Doctor. So come with me.
Crusher, medicine woman.
Exactly, medicine woman. She grabs he grabs Jono like by the scuff of his neck here, and like just like, you're with me. It was kind of a moment. Anyway, then a little bit later, I guess he's put his jacket back on. He's kind of taunting Worf, saying like, did they capture you, Klingon? Indicating that the Talarians and the Klingons know each other. I guess they're both warrior cultures, and so they would have that in common at least. But
I really like the Talarian outfits. They do have him in some good outfits. It's kind of like half Romulan. Like when they saw them on the ship, it was a bit of like a recycled Romulan outer coat maybe, and kind of like some Borg shit on his head, Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention was like why he freaked out in sickbay was because the Talarians like to wear gloves, and Troy had suggested he take off the gloves, and that's when he had the freak out. We find why do you wear the gloves? He goes, so I don't have to touch aliens, because they would find that distasteful. Right. So they're sexist and xenophobic.
They are.
Great.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah. Great culture. Great culture. And Yeah, like misogynistic, if we didn't mention that yet. Anyway, so
I never got any of that.
no. Anyway, Worf's like, you suck and whatever, and you're confused, and like among humans, women can do anything, blah blah blah, and then he starts doing the like his little dog noise because he's doing the
prefer you doing it than that. So
yeah,
see, that's better.
And Worf is just like, that's friggin' annoying, and he just starts doing it more to him, and Worf's like, ugh, kids, and he leaves.
Yeah, that explains a couple things with Worf.
Yeah, wasn't a good experience.
He's not
because
they haven't
introduced Alexander yet, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, then we get the briefing where we learn about Jono's origins and where he came from, because the DNA was tested, and they figure out that he's the son of this other Rosa guy, and they go, wait, like not Admiral Rosa, the very same. So we find out that his parents were killed in the Talarian attack on the Galen border conflict that was some years ago.
Like in Starfleet, you can only have one last name, like for each bloodline. Like you can't have two people with the same last name or something. They're like, they always know who it is,
Yeah,
Admiral so and so,
not Admiral Paris.
I get, like if you went like General Rosa, there are probably more than one General Rosa in the United States military, right? Like for instance, but I don't know.
None that I'm familiar with.
Well, you know them all, I'm sure, Shaggy. But,
yeah, it's all up in here.
Yeah. Sounds like it sucks. Yeah.
Not sure the reference, but
still. Anyway, this is where Counselor Troy's like, well, maybe you should talk to Jono and try to get him to reconnect with his humanity. And he's like, oh no, I think that's not a good idea. But the patriarchal thing. What about Jeremy? Yeah. So Dr. Crusher doesn't want to do it, and what about you, Counselor? And she's like, this is on your court, Captain. So he says, fine, I'll go. So he goes to visit Jono in the quarters where he's doing the sound, and he tells him to cut out that damn noise. Now, I was definitely getting flashbacks to my own childhood, just of how adults treated children during this era, and it was very much like
this does reflect how we were parented. Yes, for sure.
We were told what to do, and if we didn't do it, they would just yell more. Right? Yep. So that's how it worked. Anyway,
maybe that's why the trauma.
That's the trauma. And Jono doesn't like the quarters, and they're weird. So he's like, I guess I can find you some new quarters. And he's like, well, why can't I just come stay with you? And he says no, but then he gives in like 10 seconds later. We're finding out as Picard as a parent is largely a pushover. He'll just kind of give in to the pressure as it comes along here. The Klingon dagger that he'll later be stabbed with by Jono is picked up here. Then like some of his other stuff in his quarters. Picard doesn't like anyone touching his stuff.
He's doing the best impression of me when the kids were little and I had Lego sets that I finished.
Yes.
Like, don't touch it,
don't break it, come on,
it's limited edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Picard trying to get through to Jono, but Jono's very, distant. Then after this is where Picard then calls Counselor Troy in his ready room. This is like some time jump later, and it's very much a desperate plea here from the captain to Counselor Troy, and she's very much like, no, this is your problem, and this is your assignment. Even though you outrank me, Captain, like it doesn't matter. This is a counselor's prerogative, and this is best served by you. That is my expert opinion. He tries to deflect. He tries to push it off. She asks him about, like, did you have friends as a kid? He's like, I don't think that's relevant at all. It's
which means no.
No. He talks about like
not.
As a kid, all he wanted to do was join Starfleet, and that's all he was focused on. And he kind of skipped his childhood. And this is part of the disconnect with him with kids. Like he doesn't know how to relate to them because in some ways he wasn't one, even though he was. And I don't know. He was the younger of the two brothers, as we know. And anyway, so Troy says, "No, we really need you." And Picard, even though you never wanted to have kids, or maybe you did want to have kids, but you never had kids, we need you to get up here. And Troy says, you're so comfortable, flying into asteroid belts and facing aliens and diplomatic crisis, but not this. This is where you're concerned. And this being his weak spot, right? But there's Troy's deal with it, Picard, and that's that. So Picard goes back to his quarters, but there's this loud Talarian music playing. It's kind of similar to Klingon acid punk, if you don't know. And
that in Primus.
Right. And again, this is very indicative of the era of these damn kids today and their loud music. This doesn't sound good. Never seen this before. Oh, well, glad you've seen it now. Picard can't even find Jono in the hammock that's clearly been strapped up in the middle of his quarters. He's like, "Where are you, Jono? Where are you? I can't find you." Okay,
Picard is an old guy. Well, he actually technically isn't, but
he's not. He's 50.
Yeah.
But his eyesight isn't great, especially at nighttime.
Well, his ears definitely can't handle.
Why do we got to be mean to him?
He hasn't had his afternoon tea yet.
I'm almost Picard's age, and my eyesight isn't great.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He couldn't see it. Anyway, Jono comes down. They turn off the music. He didn't. Picard turns it off. Then he starts showing him I got pictures of your family. Look, here's you as a baby. Here are your parents. And Jono doesn't really know necessarily what to make of all this. He's confused by these images.
Oh my God! Look at the wig they put on that baby.
That's amazing.
That's a wig.
That is wild.
They're
if it's not a wig,
let's make a mini Trump.
Hair. That's crazy.
That is a full set of hair. Wow.
Yeah,
it is a lot of.
That's wild.
Anyway, it doesn't quite get through here. Jono tries to leave, or no, Picard leaves, I guess, and then Jono then starts lingering on the images after Picard leaves. Especially him
hearing.
He starts remembering the trauma, what happened, his mother and all of that. But she's
not sure that's a wig.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it looked pretty wiggy in the other one, bleach blonde and a lot of gel or something. I don't know. I think
it's a lot of gel for sure. And then this last image with him and his mother seems to really connect with Jono for a moment at least.
I had a mom, beautiful mom, best looking mom on the planet. Wow, just
had 80s sweaters galore.
You always gotta love the civilian wear in Star Trek because they're always what would civilians in the future wear?
I absolutely love those 80s shoulder pads she's got.
Yes, the shoulder pads, amazing. And that fabric, and the bang, the fluffy big bang, and the kind of wings in her hair. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, Jono's dealing with all that. He starts even breaking down here by the end. And then we're back to the bridge. Captain Picard is now meeting the Talarian captain, who has come to retrieve the injured Talarians, or the ones they rescued from the distress call, and Jono. We'll find out that Ednar, who, by the way, was Bub the zombie in Day of the Dead, if you didn't know, is here, and he's the one who is the adoptive father of Jono. So all this, and Picard's I would kind of an explanation, what the hell's going on here, because he just wants Jono back and no questions asked. This is Talarian pride, right? So I think Ednar agrees to come over in here and meet with Picard, which is what we transition to next.
Spoils of war, I guess.
Spoils of war. Although he's a very personable.
So he's supposed to be 14, right?
Jono was supposed to be 14-ish, I think. Yeah. But I think the actor was actually older
16
than that at the time. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Anyway, so like, Picard, this meeting basically leads Picard to just figure out that Ednar is not necessarily abusing Jono or anything of that nature, because Picard does ask him directly about it. I mean, Picard seems to accept his answers. But
I think this is a good scene too. Like, it felt real when he's, Picard pretty much straight up accuses him of abusing his kid. And he's like, have you met any kids? He did all of that to himself.
Yeah, he broke his arm fighting like other people, and he broke some ribs when he fell off this big 6-hooved thing we have on Teleria, I would imagine.
Which, anyway. I mean, like, I've never been a little boy, but I have little boy nephews, and they will launch themselves off of anything at any time. So, like, I buy it.
That checks out.
It checks out.
No fear, he does his own stunts.
Yeah.
But this basically, like, Picard's like, well, we're going to take him back to his family and all of this. And Edna not too happy to hear about this. He's threatening war. He'll go to war over this if he doesn't get his kid back.
His son.
Yeah. And
yeah.
But like, I could definitely see an argument for the other side who go, well, isn't his family like on Earth, and wasn't he kidnapped by this guy? And like it's a little bit like, why they could have called up the Federation and say, hey, we found a kid, that would be,
they could have, but that was the enemy.
That was the enemy. And like, under Tellurian law, this is okay, so they never did. We go to this next scene in sickbay with Dr. Crusher and Counselor Troy, and
the Dusty Rose vertical blinds, peak 80s, peak late 80s, early 90s. I had those in my living room when I was 12 years old. No joke, the exact blinds.
It's true.
They're the ones that had like kind of like they were almost like a fabric.
A fabric, yeah.
They collected a lot of dust, as I recall.
Yes.
Anyway, so they're talking about this whole Stockholm syndrome, that they're like, don't like let Ednar meet up with Jono, but don't let them be alone together, because there could be some kind of abuse dynamic here. Which Counselor Troy is the main advocate here, and basically Dr. Crusher's advising caution, because they don't know everything here. Like,
I really actually appreciate this scene as to showing signs of what to look for with an abuser and abusee. So I very much appreciate this scene.
Yeah, it was good. It was well thought out, I thought, actually, in terms of like, it was believable in each of their positions and what this conversation would be. Anyway, and then we transition a little bit later on, and we see this is where Jono and Edna are brought back together, which is a very emotional reunion. We see that the Tellurians have this custom of like pressing their foreheads together and embracing, which part like is their version of a handshake, I suppose, or a hug, or both. Anyway, so Troy and Picard are present, but they like turn their backs for this like conversation, and
I love it when they do that on TV. Can I see you over here? And they step 2 feet away and have a conversation. Like, nobody else can hear that.
Exactly.
We'll just turn around.
Yeah, and they talk about how like the humans, like Picard and the rest, they want Jono to stay, but Ednar says, well, you are the age of decision now. Like, you're basically, you've gone through your Tellurian bar mitzvah and you can make your own calls. So what do you want to do? And this is your decision, basically. That's a hell of a rat tail coming down Ednar's back there too. It's almost like,
I did not notice that.
I was wondering if you're going to bring that up.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, maybe he's a Jedi. Anyway.
Padawan.
So there he goes. Then we go back to the bridge. The Tellurian warships are coming. This is where they're discussing, like, if we have to get into a firefight with the Tellurians, we're gonna win. Like, the Enterprise is way too powerful, but Picard would rather avoid the diplomatic incident starting any kind of a war, etc. And I think Worf even asked the question, like, would we start a war for a boy? I was like, Klingons have started wars for a lot less like than that. So like, not very Klingon of you, Worf.
Wasn't
Other
Sins of
people
the Father
care
a couple
about their
episodes ago?
children, unlike you, Worf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sins of the Father was before this, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because
yes, but
Picard gets the knife from that.
he
That's the
does.
same knife, yeah.
That's when he was Chadich.
Yeah,
But Worf doesn't know about Alexander yet, so he's not like a father in that sense yet.
It's coming up though, I think.
It's coming up, and it felt out of character for Worf to be the one to say this.
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah.
They could have had any other character say it. It doesn't make sense for Worf to say that.
It would have been probably better to give this line to like Data or even Riker. Or
Well,
somebody,
there is no fathers on the main bridge cast, right? At this point, so
no, none of them are
like
fathers
Beverly's the only one that has a kid out of everybody.
I would have believed that line coming from Beverly a lot more than Worf, but she's not on the bridge right now, is she?
No, I don't think Beverly's present here.
No.
So anyway, so like that's the discussion here. But if you had children, you'd understand Worf. Is kind of the thing. Next, we get a scene here where Jono is looking at a video recording from Admiral Rosa, his grandmother, his father's mother, who has found out about him being alive and saying she's so happy. And, and obviously Jono has never met this woman, has no knowledge of her or memory of her. So it's a bit of a surreal experience for him. But
she looks so sweet, though. Admiral Nanny.
Admiral Nan. Played by Barbara.
Admiral Mima.
Barbara Townsend is the actress. Was in many episodes of like Murder, She Wrote and Little House on the Prairie. She definitely
looks like a Murder, She Wrote character for sure.
No
question.
Yeah, looking good. Anyway, so like she can't wait to get back with her grandson is basically the transmission. Which is obviously even more confusing here. And the one thing Jono says, like, wait, she's an admiral, so she's higher than you? He's like, oh yeah, that's right. Which is
so put some respect on her name, you little punk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He gets a little upset here, and then he's like,
and then we go play holodeck squash. How cute.
We do. Yeah, I forgot about this. So he's like, let's blow off some steam. I can't. If I could, I want to go run by the river. I'm like, why don't you just take him to the holodeck? But he takes him to squash, I guess, or racquetball, whatever this is.
I want to go run by the river. How about some squash?
Yeah. How do you go from this to this? Yeah, like where's the connection here?
What do you guys think of the outfits?
Love it.
Picard is definitely showing a little more than he needs to.
Yeah, it's an interesting workout.
Your shot does not do that justice, just so we understand each other.
Yeah. Jono leaves his gloves on for it too.
I find that it's an odd choice to have Picard like in the fitted uniform, yes, but why does it have 3/4 sleeves and capri legs?
It's a gym outfit, duh.
And it's got like 3. Is it lederhosen? Like what are we doing here?
This is for Oktoberfest.
And rackets made out of metal just seem kind of dangerous. Like full metal.
Like
maybe they're space metal.
It'll be sharp.
Anyway, I don't know. Like that's and the ball green glows everyone. But anyway, they start playing the squash, or whatever it is. And Jono's pretty quick study on it.
Oh, there's Picard Bum right there.
Yeah, they don't like. They're very revealing.
Does not leave a lot to the imagination, but I will tell you that dude is stacked.
Yeah. Going along here, I'm curious for the fun facts, like how this was all done, with the green ball and everything else. But I guess they're probably adding that anyway. So it's going okay, but then Jono has a bit of a kind of a break here, a mental break, and Picard's like, "Are you okay, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Like, let's get back to the game."
Norman says Picard's outfit pales compared to Bashir's in Rivals. I would agree. Yeah. I love that outfit. Bashir forever, so good.
That's the one with like the white top and the blue and yes, that was cool.
Favorite.
I didn't like O'Brien's version in that, but yeah, Bashir's was nice. So yeah, they play a little bit more of the game, but then Jono's on the floor weeping by the end of this scene.
It's all, to quote Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now.
Yes.
He's having a hard time. Like, this has unearthed things for him that he never, that he repressed, I guess. And then seeing
number one, if you're gonna
being among other humans, he's having to deal with it all.
If you got to play this game, you're gonna cry too.
I wouldn't want to play this
Maybe
game.
Picard hit him with the metal racket by accident.
Probably nailed him right in the back of the head.
Yikes.
In the dick.
Yeesh.
So Picard showing compassion here. Then he's like, I know what would make him feel better. Let's go. Well, they go to talk about it first. Actually, this is before they head off to 10 Forward. They have a chat here.
And he can't help but to look down.
Yeah. And it's just, I can't remember all the details of this conversation, but they end up going to 10 Forward after this, where I guess he's remembering his mother. Is that what it was? And he was kind of,
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
He was opening up a little bit about that. Then they go to 10 Forward, where Data's playing chess against
himself. By himself?
Probably do what every self-respecting adult does when they have trauma. Go to a bar.
Yeah.
Go to a bar.
Seems right.
And eat a banana split. And
also correct.
So Picard takes Jono here. They sit down with Commander Riker and Wesley Crusher.
Okay, I just want to point out the thing in the middle of the table.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was sold by Radio Shack. It's an alarm clock. Just so you know, you can buy that thing.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get one now.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah,
it was a talking one.
What do you think its purpose is in terms of like the universe?
I think this is the menu. You know how we have
we
QR
talked about
codes
this
and shit?
the other week. It's probably a menu.
Yeah,
it's probably like a way to order a drink or something, or something.
It summons Guinan to come over and talk about prune juice with you.
Yes, an extra large prune juice, please, Guinan. Coming up, right, table 4.
Warriors drink.
Anyway,
it's only at Riker's table though. That's the weird thing.
Anyway, so Wesley Crusher introduces the banana split, one of the greatest inventions in the universe, to Jono, who
yep.
Now, like there's this whole part where Data goes, and that is a spoon, because I guess Talarians don't have spoons.
No, they eat with their hands. They're men. Rawr.
That's right. Spoons are for women and aliens.
I think like I don't know how they anyway. So Jono tries to stab the banana split with his spoon, and gets the blue gunk all over Wesley Crusher. I guess there was blue ice cream in there.
Yeah, why is it blue?
Unclear. Like, what flavor of ice cream is blue?
It's usually cotton candy or birthday cake.
Yeah. There you go. So maybe it was birthday cake, banana split. And Riker thinks it's hilarious. And, Picard, Jono's a little horrified at the transgression. But Wesley lightens up about it. And then they all have a good laugh. And Data goes, this is confusing. Why is this funny? But they say, access your files on Slapstick.
I have an issue here with this part. Why is this funny? And Riker says, access your files on Slapstick. Like, Data's positronic brain is not sophisticated enough to cross-reference that and understand that on his own. He has to be told by Riker to look up Slapstick in his card catalog. Get out of here.
Well, especially because if you use any kind of like LLM now or something, they would certainly understand that concept, whether or not it had emotions or not. But this is the thing with Data. You have to explain a lot to him like he's a child.
But it's still a cute scene.
Yeah.
I just found out I am wrong. That is not the clock. That's actually a Bandai pair matching game. So it was a game where you could play. It had a little LCD in it. Oh, so there you go.
Anyway, then Picard and Riker, they kind of move away from Wesley and Jono, and they go to the bar, and Picard just goes, that kid was on the floor crying, weeping, like crying his eyes out like an hour ago. Now he's laughing and he's having a good time, and maybe we're making progress here. And just when we think that might be the case, we have the transition here. And it's the next, I guess it's that night. Jono gets out of his hammock, moves his way over to Picard's, where Picard is sleeping. You know, and we're like, oh, what's going on with Jono? And then Picard goes, oh, why are you standing at my bed, Jono? What's up? Oh, hey, Captain. Time to die. And then he stabs him with this Klingon
Let's
dagger.
play stabby.
Yeah. How he lived through this is incredible. Like apparently his sternum directed this massive Klingon dagger. Like,
Well, doesn't
like,
he have
that's-
a mechanical heart? So I mean,
Yeah. Maybe
True.
it bounces off the
Yeah,
heart.
that's what I was thinking. Why would it deflect off his sternum? He's got a big old ticker in there. They couldn't have mentioned that. Oh, I guess we don't know about his artificial heart yet, do we?
Not yet, no.
well, and
Okay.
like, and I
That
do
comes in
wonder,
Tapestry, I think.
like, who called sickbay? Did Jono call sickbay or did Picard? Like, how did they even know to get him into surgery? You know, like, but that's not really explained. But anyway, so but Crusher's able to save Picard. He's not going to die.
Maybe
and
the
he's-
computer has a stabbing alert.
Yeah, Captain Picard was just stabbed. Alert. But that
Attention,
never-
I have been murdered.
That never seems to be the case. Like we'll see later this season, with spoilers, when Kalar will show up and she'll get murdered by Duras in the quarters, and nobody comes to save her. Like no one even has any idea it's happening. You know.
So yeah, in Samaritan Snare, which we haven't seen yet. Does
Yes,
that
we
happen? That's
Yeah,
this
season
week.
2. That was in season
Yeah.
2. We've done
Season
it.
2.
Did we
So
see that one already? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Samaritan Snare. We did it. Yeah. He's got the artificial heart. I don't know if that saves you from being stabbed by a big Klingon dagger, because doesn't your artificial heart, isn't it susceptible to daggers? Since it's a machine, unless it's in like I don't know, indestructible perhaps. Yeah, I've seen this episode maybe 3 or 4 times. Says EJR. And only finished it once. I don't remember how this episode ends at all. Well, stick with us,
Picard
EJR.
dies
We'll
from a
You're
stab
about to
wound.
find out.
yeah, Picard died, and Riker became the captain. So just this.
Spoiler.
it's my show. It's my show now.
It's my show now. I'm writing the ending, and you're gonna like it. Anyway, then there's this. So Picard's in sickbay. So Riker's in command of the Enterprise. There's now this call from Ednar the Talarian, a Wesley Crusher makeover, who wants Jono, and Riker's holding firm. He's towing the company line. We haven't changed. You can't have him. And so Ednar is ready to go to war. Like he's ready to escalate things. The 2 other warships are coming. Let's go. And red alert, everyone. Let's go.
Now that's how somebody sits in a captain's chair.
There you go.
There you go.
They're gonna
so-
slouch. Do it that way.
So in sickbay, Jono is brought with armed escorts to see Captain Picard in sickbay. And Picard's like, "Why, Jono? Why'd you do it? I got you a banana split." You know. Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Why'd you do it, Jono? And he was like, and Jono, we find out, did it because he was so conflicted. He felt like he had betrayed Ednar and the Talarians, that he thought if he attacked Picard, that he would get executed, and then all of this pain and trauma would go away for him. His father looks like Frasier.
Kinda, a little bit. Yeah.
He looks like Bub.
He looks like
Bob.
Bob.
That's who he looks like.
For good reason, apparently.
Anyway, so Picard's like, "Don't worry, Jono. No one's gonna execute you here for that."
No,
me
we
or
do that in
anyone
the
else."
airlock.
Yes, he's like, Jody would kill you, but I won't let
Jody
her.
would have killed you, but I won't.
So it's just things are really heating up here with the Talarians. They're ready to start firing and getting at this, and they're pissed off. But then Picard, who is now changed back into his uniform, shows up with Jono on the bridge, and he's like, "Guess what, Ednar? I've decided that we have injured you and we've injured Jono. We didn't take his wishes into effect. It's, this was wrong to keep him from you, so we're going to return him to you." And Ednar is like, "Oh, well,
Okay,
Thank
problem
you.
solved. Let's go.
oh, well, that's great. Perfect. I got exactly what I wanted then. Negotiations over. And just let us know where to beam him over. We can't have such a stabby guy over here anyway.
Yeah, he's a little too stabby.
And then there's the goodbye here with Picard and Jono. Stick with us. This is the ending, where he's like, "I'm sorry for everything," and then Jono does something out of character for him up to this point. He takes off his gloves, which we know as he's been avoiding. He embraces Picard openly and does the whole Talarian forehead to forehead thing. And Picard seems
Picard's like, "Bro, you just stabbed me."
He's like, I'm feeling some mixed emotions right now, but okay,
Really blowing hot and cold here, bud.
Yeah.
Give a love.
And Jono beams out. And
That was a nice ending, though.
It was nice, yeah. It was nice, and Jono flies away with Ednar, and that is the end of that. So, thank you for that. So Jody, could you give us more fun facts? Would you be so kind?
Well, they won't be as sexy, but they might be fun.
Fun facts with Jody. Boom, beep, boom, beep.
Ooh, that's like it. All right. Anyway, Geordi LaForge appears only for a very brief scene, which is actually stock footage. Prior to filming The Best of Both Worlds Part 2, LeVar Burton had surgery and couldn't make his appearance. Which goes into the next one, which is, where are we now?
Is that why he hasn't appeared in any of these episodes?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
But
this episode.
But wasn't he in Family, like chasing after Worf's adoptive father, like teaching him about engineering and stuff like that? But that was right after Best of Both Worlds.
Well, I think
Jesse
it depends on
won
how
the
the filming order, right? Because they're not always in the same order. Like this particular episode is the 4th episode of the season, but it actually was shot second.
Oh, interesting.
So that's probably why you see Geordi in and out. So there you go.
Yeah, because they bring him in for like 10 seconds. I'm like, what was the point of that? Just let him have the week off. But I guess they did.
Exactly.
EJR says, "Wait, that's how this episode ends?"
That's right.
That's it. That's all of it.
That's all, folks.
Exactly. The rifles worn by the Talarian militia were later reused as Romulan disruptor rifles.
Ooh.
There you go. Same ones. The Talarian uniforms were later reused in Man of the People from 1992 for guards of Rekagsaronia. I can't remember that episode.
Man of the People. Is that the one with Buddy who brings like his mother on board, and then she dies and he starts sucking the life out of Troy?
Yes,
Remember
that's
that
the
guy?
one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I just looked it up. All right. Sherman Howard, who played Captain Ender, also played Tagareth in Prophecy from 2001 and Salvar from Shakar in 1995.
2001. Was that like an Enterprise episode?
No, it was Voyager.
Oh, okay.
Season 7, episode 13. And then Shakar, I think, was DS9, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, DS9.
I don't know who he was in that. Because, like,
DS9? He was Salvar. I just told you that.
Is that the one that like was always messing around with Keiko? Like, go back to your Sabar. See if I care. Remember that?
No.
Go back to your plants and your now I gotta find it.
Well, good luck. All right. Anyway.
What are some more fun facts about this episode?
Oh, sure. Why not? Jeremiah Jono Rosa was born on Galen 4 in 2353. However, this episode takes place in 2367, which would, of course, then make him 14 years old. So there you go. We kind of.
I found the clip, Jody.
Oh, great.
Go back to Bajor and your plants and Sabar. See if I care.
That's a good one.
And let's just round it off with this one, which I think I already mentioned. The dagger that Jono stabs Picard is one he received as Worf's Chadich in Sins of the Father.
The Chadich will be silent.
Yes.
The Chadich will be dead when he gets stabbed with his own knife.
Yeah, that's not very Klingon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty Klingon, though.
Okay, he played Sivar, a Vulcan. He's the Vulcan. He's the Vulcan who's taunting O'Brien about darts in like that episode.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that concludes fun facts that were marginally fun, maybe.
Very fun. Not as sexy, but fun.
Definitely not as sexy. Well,
Pretty
no one is
fun,
as
though.
sexy as Adam Woodward.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Beep boop beep boop.
That's your theme song, Jody.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, what are your ratings? We've got
Exactly.
an 8 out of 10 from Norman so far.
Wow.
I'm not sure where I'm going that high, but okay.
You know, I did like this episode better than I remember, though. Like
Me
we were
as
saying at
well,
the top
yeah.
of the show, this is always a skipper for me, but there were some good things in it.
Yeah. And we had talked about how there hasn't been too many episodes written by a woman and directed by a woman. This almost counts where we have a woman director and the episode's co-written by a woman, but there's also a man involved, which...
Yeah, Norman in the chat actually also tells us that it is actually Jerry Taylor's first script.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, so...
Sinister Intelligence gives it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I think that's kind of where I'm at too. I think this is like a 7 out of 10. It's good, but it's kind of like it's not the greatest episode ever, but it's fine. That's where I'm going to score tonight.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that high. You know what? I'm going to give it a 6. It's going into it. I thought it'd be a 2, so it's definitely went better than I remembered.
How about you, Heather?
Yeah, it's like a 6 for me as well. It's not bad, but especially with the high water mark of the last bunch of episodes, EJR says a 6 at best. To get to that ending, we could have took out 20 to 25 minutes. Yes, absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I'm probably more at a 6.5. Okay.
Dave's coming down.
And Shaggy.
I'm with you, Jody. I was ready to be like super harsh, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, me too.
Having talked it out a little bit more, maybe going into it, maybe I'm a little too harsh. And honestly, the move at the very beginning should have been return him back to his father, but we wouldn't have much of an episode if we did that. So yeah. I think I can safely say I'd probably give it a 5.5.
5.5. Okay. Well, the 4 of us are averaging a 6 out of 10. And that's in line with some of our commenters there. So this has a 6.4 on IMDb, it's like I think it's like generally considered not as good as like some of the other episodes, as Heather mentioned, that have come right before. Maybe better than Transfigurations, which we didn't like, if you recall.
Yeah.
So
I think if it was later on in the season, I probably wouldn't be as harsh on it. But I mean, it's like right after Family, it's right after Brothers, it's right after Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, yeah, because you're watching this like just in syndication. You don't have to watch the episodes in order. Like, it's fine as a standalone piece, but I think like it's Family, then Brothers, then this, right? And it's like 3 of these really like character driven, family driven stories, which are good, but I wish they would spread them out a bit, and not do them back.
Well, I think they were still claiming to the cliffhanger, which, to this day is still one of the biggest TV cliffhangers there was. It's up there anyway. And we're going to start like, this is also the beginning of the transition into the really like focused on one character or another. Yes.
That hasn't been fully fleshed out up until this point, but like, so let's look ahead to next week, which is kind of like the start of that. Even, you can consider that this was a Picard episode, so maybe this was the start of it.
Is this is the episode that Beverly is supposed to meet up with the old guy, then he disappears, and then people start disappearing, right? Oh, that episode is way good.
Our next episode, as Jody is called Remember Me. So in the synopsis is, following an anomaly in a warp bubble experiment, Dr. Crusher finds that crew members are beginning to disappear, and she's the only one who seems to notice. So
the best part in that entire episode is when she goes to him and she says, what's the amount of staff on the ship? And they're like, just you and one other or something like that. And she's like, how can a whole huge ship be run by just us two?
And he's just like, we've always seemed to manage.
We're fine. It's
The
good.
thing that
It's
I
all good.
really love about this episode, though, and I didn't even think about this until I saw it was somebody else commented on a Star Trek page that I follow somewhere, and somebody was like, "This is." Goals really for teamwork. She goes to the captain and is like, something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong, but something's wrong. And he's like, okay, let's figure out what's wrong, rather than being like, girl, you're crazy. There's nothing wrong.
Well, he starts getting to the point where he's like, yeah, you are
Hey,
getting...
I think you're crazy, though.
I think you might be
Anyway,
crazy,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to it. It's
Anyway,
a great episode.
Yeah. Now is not the time.
Now we'll get to it.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was.
Dave was busy. Sorry, Dave. We didn't mean to interrupt you with the podcast.
I was trying to find something. Something.
Yeah, you're trying to
something-
get that damn sound clip. Don't do that.
EJR says, is that the episode where Wesley's experiment is the cause of the issue? I
Which
don't know.
one?
You'll have to tune
I
in.
was gonna say, which one? Yeah.
There's so many episodes where Wesley caused it.
But I would say the odds are pretty good. It was Wesley.
Yeah.
The cause of and the solution to a lot of the Enterprise D's problems.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought maybe instead of playing that sound that you don't want to hear again, I would leave you with something else, a little different for once, for tonight, because as I've mentioned, well, you might like it, Jody.
Okay.
This what's his name? Sherman Howard, who played Bub in one of my all-time favorite horror movies, Day of the Dead. Let's play a little clip of him as we close this out tonight. Just got to bring it up. And if for those who haven't seen it, you are welcome. All
Thanks
right.
to everybody in chat.
Here it is.
Nope.
It's a phone, Bub.
Yeah, it's totally him. You're right. Give me back my boy.
Say hello. Come on, Captain, give me a break, will you? Say hello to your Aunt Alicia.
Hello, Aunt
Hello,
Alicia.
What's that?
Aunt Alicia.
Where's that?
That movie's so good. And yet awful at the same time.
Apparently, he was in the military. Return a salute and see what he does.
You want me to salute that pile of walking pus? Salute
Dave, we're gonna get
my
sued.
ass.
Your ignorance is
Good.
exceeded only by your choice.
Good.
How are we going to set an example?
Please
for them
don't
if we
sue
behave
us.
barbarously ourselves? Take the bullets out, please, and let me have your pistol, sir.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you better salute Bub.
salute.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.